So those stupid ass brands that by now most of us have become familiar with, but there's still a lot of them. They're basically import budget brands. Yeah, this video is about those. Seriously, some of the worst marketing ever as far as these brands go. I think what they do is they just take random syllables out of the English language and butt them up together, and bam, that's our brand name, and we're gonna market that to people who happen to to fluently speak English and not worry for one fucking iota whether or not they actually know the proper way that we intended for it to be pronounced. Pretty sure that's how they come up with these. That said, despite the horrible marketing brand names that we're talking about here, these companies also happen to make really, really good products. And that really is the primary purpose of this video. I wanted to share with you all some really, really top quality budget pedal brands. So, let's get to it. Number one, Joyo. All right, now if you followed my channel for, especially over the last couple of years, I have demoed a lot of Joyo products. And I don't know that I've had a whole lot, had too many bad things to say about, really about any of them. There's been some that I've cared for more than others. Most recently, this year, Dark Flame Distortion has been my favorite. They're just really, really fantastic products now. And, and a lot of them are very, very solid clones of of other more expensive products out there. This particular pedal is basically is a clone of the Rev G3 or G4 distortion pedal, but the Rev pedals are also 4 times the price of this thing, and this thing sounds every bit as good, in my opinion. The Joyo Revolution series in particular have been, I think, a phenomenal product. They look unique. They're very well built. They've got they got really, really cool LED designs. They just got a lot of good things going for them. But most importantly, they sound great. Number 2, Nux. I never know how to pronounce this freaking brand. I've been trying to figure out the correct way to pronounce it for years now. Speaking of years, though, they got a lot of cool products. But you see, it's this little triangle graphic there that you see between the U and the X. I don't know if that's supposed to be some like a font style hyphen, that would separate the NU from the X and make it pronounced New X, or if it's just a graphic, they saw, so hey, there's some space, let's fill that in with a triangle, and it's still called Nux or Nukes, or or if it's 3 capital letters and it's NUX. I don't. One of the worst brand names ever. And a horrible logo to go along with it. That said, one of the coolest distortion pedals that I've demoed over like the last 2 years is in my hand right now. This is the Fireman Distortion. They've got a lot of other pedals in their line that are equally as cool. This particular one is their take on the, I believe, the Friedman BEOD. The original version. This is before the deluxe version, the 2-switch version came out. This is a 2-switch version of that pedal before it was available. And this is a killer sounding pedal. And they've, like I said, I've tried several other of their products, and I've been very, very impressed with them all. And they're also a really good company, very easy to communicate with. And they care about their customers. They want everybody to be taken care of. These guys are even doing so well now that even the Guitar Center's picked them up. Guitar Center tends to steer away from brands like this. Number 3, Mooer. Pretty sure this one was supposed to be called Mooer, but whoever came up with it wasn't familiar with our language characters when written out, and probably got a couple letters backwards, and here we are. We got Mooer, not mower, not more, Mooer, like Mooer. Moo, like a cow, but more than that. And like a lot of these brands, they started out making little bitty compact size stomp boxes that still sounded pretty good, but all looked kind of about the same, looked about like a lot of other affordable stomp box brands out there. And then they started to expand their line. They came out with stuff like this. And this one's really not a pedal, but though I suppose it could be. This is actually an IR loader or a speaker cap simulator, whatever you want to call it, called the Radar. And I did a video on this a long time ago. I should probably revisit it because at that time that video, well, looking back now, that I've gotten better at recording. That video sucked. Anyway, there is a whole lot of stuff packed inside this pedal. I've gotten a lot of really good sounds out of it, and the same is true with a lot of their other pedals. Yes, I've ripped on the shim verb in the past, and I will continue to do so because I hate that pedal. That said, it's not really their fault because the amount of technology that you might find in the Strymon Blue Sky, they're trying to stuff all into a compact box at a budget price. It really isn't possible, and the Mooer, the shim verb is about as close to that as you're going to get in that price range. TC Electronic has done the exact same thing with the fluorescence reverb. Again, very, very limited compared to the actual, the big name expensive shimmer reverbs that are out there. All in all, great tones to be had out of these. I really like Mooer's overdrive stuff too. Their overdrives are really, really solid. And number 4, Hotone, Hotone, hot one. Who comes up with these brand names? I don't own any of these, but I kind of wish I did. These are probably the smallest in stature, the smallest stomp box pedals I have ever seen, to the point they're so small they usually have to stick one knob on the back side of it, not the underside, but on the back side of it, because there's no room for it on the top. But more so than that, they've expanded out into now a couple of amp lines. The newest one, I gotta admit, looks like they sell for $300-400 or so. But it's like a pedal-sized preamp, something along the lines of the Blue Guitar Iridium stuff, but not nearly that much of a price tag. That stuff looks pretty cool, I gotta admit. I don't know how long they've been around, but I've been seeing them and I've been seeing them around now in shops for 10, 12, 15 years now. And they keep expanding, and they keep still putting out a lot of their older products too, much like Joyo. It seems to indicate that they're selling well enough to be able to do that they want to keep making them. I have to admit, I am intrigued with Hotone, hot one, shit, I don't know. Number 5, Bayang. Now, this is not really a strange brand name for a pedal company. While Bayang make excellent pedals, this being the Metal End King, which is one of the coolest, high gain metal distortion pedals I think I've ever demoed on this channel. And they are really, really affordable. However, the reason why they made this list is because Bayang is the pedal division. Their amps division is called Wongs. And yet, no, it's not spelled with an O. It's spelled with an A. I get that's a pretty common term in Asian dialects. However, in English dialects, Wangs means penises. The amp company is named Penises. That said, these amps kick ass. They sent me a little teeny tiny little classic amp to demo here on my channel a while back. I'll post a link to that video down in the description. It's basically just an old Fender Tweed clone, little 5-watt tube head. It sounds kick ass. This sounds kick ass. All their other pedals I've heard sound kick ass. So I don't care what their brand name is. They're a great company. They make killer products. So there it is. There's my list of great pedal brands with horribly marketed brand names, and pedal brands that you still need to make sure and have on your wish list, because these are great things to ask for. Because this is all great gear to own. Links down in the description, YouTube thing below. Adios.